Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live stream here on the Gaming Dad channel. Um, Tonight, we're going to be playing Valheim. Now, if you have not gotten into this, first of all, you're missing out. Second of all, pick it up, 19.99 on Steam right now. It's definitely worth it for the experience. The developers really did a good job of creating an experience that is not entirely driven by just, you know, amazing graphics. Even though the graphics, um, in terms, model structure, textures, environment, it's very good. Very, very good. And you will see in a few moments. Um, I've already got the game up and running. I've already got my character on my personal server. Yes, I created my own personal Valheim server. It's under the Gaming Dad. It is currently posted on the community. I got to double check to make sure that's working properly, make sure that the server is public. But I am running a Valheim server from my home. It is password protected, so you gotta be a viewer. You gotta message me. Let me know. You'll get the password. As long as you don't just start rampaging through and destroying everything that I've built. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So this is my character. His name is Neraloth, sitting by this nice fire. I do not have anything to cook. Yes, there is a cooking mechanic. It is not overly difficult. It's basically you find items like this, well, the uncooked version from hunting wild game in the woods. Bring it over to the fire. Nice cooking station over a roaring fire. You see those ropes? 2 spots for cooking. So I can cook 2 items at the same time. Once I get that first sizzle, they're ready to pick up. Got some chests here with some items. Lots of building materials. I have my second story. Nice little window I made here. So you can see outside there. Close that. Upstairs, I got my bed. It's just close enough to the fire. Unfortunately, this game, one of the mechanics you have to have is if you want to build a bed and actually sleep in it, it's got to be close to a fire. This, I believe, is actually the maximum distance. Anything further than this, you'll feel cold. So the bed is at the perfect distance from the fire to build and sleep in. Up here, I got some more chests built by a buddy of mine. He will be brought into the server. Next time he comes on, I'll give him the password. He is not on this evening, so we don't have to worry about it. This is me going solo. But this is the server on. This is a currently online server, my world. So we're going to step outside. I always close the door behind me because I was not raised in a barn. Now, if you see, right here in front of us, little green thing moving there, those are called necks. They're basically a lizard type of creature. And here comes these guys who have nothing better to do than attack me. They're called gray dwarfs. These blue-eyed ones are actually much stronger than the regular ones. The regular ones you'll see will have yellow eyes. Let's take out this neck here. One hit. There's another gray dwarf right there. So we're going to take him out. And another neck. Decided it was going to try and fight me. Oh, took some damage there. A couple critical hits. There we go. So you can combo in this game with your items. I'm currently equipped with a knife that I made from some wood and flint, which you can find pretty much anywhere, especially in the water. You can see I just picked some up now, unequipped. Now, since I picked up a couple extra items, these eyes coming from the gray dwarfs, so far I haven't found a use for them. I will, though. I got some wood, some stone, and flint. Got some necktails. I'll show you the cooking mechanic in a short while. First, let me drop off this stuff. Head upstairs to my second floor chest. Well, actually, I think I might have some items I can drop here. No. Here we go. So the eyes, they have in stacks of 50. So you can see they're 50. Some of them are 20. Some are 100, depending on the physical size of the item. So inventory space is very limited. Drop this here. And the wood stacks. So as soon as I put it on top, you see the 35 became 38 because of the 3 that I added. The stone, same deal. Let me see. Do I have any? Yes. So this is resin. Very sticky, but it's flammable. This is what's used to make torches, like the one I have right here. It's also to make the torch I can carry. Let me see, do I have anything else? Oh yeah, this flint. I'm gonna drop it off. Where is my other chest? Oh, I have flint. Here we go. Oh, that one's already stacked to 30, so we'll find a spot up here to stack it. Forgot to close my door. Now in this game, shelter is definitely paramount. You can see it's a nice big home, but really any type of shelter that has a roof over your head, some walls, will definitely help anything to get you out of the rain. There is a weather mechanic in this game, so there is rain, sunny weather. You'll get fog. You can see an early morning fog rolling right now. You can see the sun reflecting off the water. Now, like I said, the graphics are not super amazing compared to what's out there now. This isn't your Call of Duty. This isn't, Dark Souls. This isn't your high quality graphics. What you get is what even the developers have called, it's like a PlayStation 1 era type of system where you have fairly low poly characters as well as the environment. A lot of the grass, these reeds, are actually just 2D textures as opposed to a 3D model. Say like how the tree, or some of the items are. You can see textures. So I zoom in here. Pixelation madness. Yes, delicious, delicious pixels. Now the character model, same with textures, very pixelated. Even the face, the eyes are literally 2 to 3 pixels wide and colored a single color. Very nice. Now, the sky is definitely where it's at. You can see up there, nice glowing tree that's called Yggdrasil, the world tree. This is all based on Norse mythology, so do me a favor, Google it. This second building here was actually built by my buddy. Very simple, doesn't need anything more than this. And you can see on his sign, yeet. That's right. You can build signs to designate locations. I actually did the same for my own place. Echo Base. Star Wars fans, you get this one. Now, between me and my friend, we've also done some other things. I got a workshop out here. Now, unfortunately, workshops do have to be secure to a degree. You don't see a door or anything, but it does have a roof and walls around it, allowing me to use the workbench where I can craft items here, upgrade items I currently already have in my possession based on items that I carry, and then repair, which you can see, so some quick clicking, and I repaired everything I got. Ooh, wood. Now, materials, fairly easy to find. Find branches on the floor, press E over them, they become a log, pick them up. Flint, see it on the ground, tap it, see some right here, tap it, bam, pick it up. We also made a raft. If you take a look at our map, as it currently holds, this crafting hut down here, we went that far. we were very underleveled. We did not have a bow at the time. We did not have some of the armor that I'm currently wearing right now, which is leather-based armor. The forest is moving. Oh, great. So now I'm under attack. So let's see. Whoa. Holy smokes. Ouch. Definitely gotta run. These guys love throwing rocks too, so that's always fun. Gotta keep it going. Let's do some running. And get away. So they're basically gonna chase me until they kill me. I'm not gonna give them that satisfaction. You can also block and dodge with the right mouse button. Let's get some running away now. Let's switch to the bow. Oh, look, a yellow-eyed one. That's always fun. That's one down. Switch back to the knife. Knife. There you go, get some dodging in there. Alright, since I did a lot of running there, I gotta go back, make sure my house isn't being destroyed by the other two, which is, well, basically much larger gray dwarfs. I don't even see them. There's a green one. Bingo. Oh, under attack still. Whew, was not expecting that to happen. Let's see how my homestead turned out. Huh. There's no damage. I'm pretty sure I didn't kill the big one. But it left. That's good. I was not expecting to get attacked by such a large mob of fairly tough enemies. But I managed to survive. Now, back to the game. So, as you saw during the battle, opened up my inventory, right-clicking food items, start healing. That's what that is right behind my my picture here. My current video source that you're looking at right now. I have a health bar and the currently 8 items regenerate my health over time. You can also see my stamina bar is much bigger than it was before, allowing me to run, jump and basically fight for a longer period of time thanks to a full belly. To the right of it is one of the powers earned from killing the bosses. I'll show you where that occurred. It was actually up this way. Now, if you look on my mini map right there, you see a skull and crossbones looking thing. I died once. It was about right here. Very low health. Got jumped by necks. Like I said, it happened a long time ago. You see deer, very skittish. They'll make their noise and then they'll take off running. What's this over here? Oh, boars. So the game starts actually right here. When you first load your world, whether it's a brand new game or somebody first coming into your game, this is where they will spawn. Right here. This is the head of the first boss, which you look is very deerish. I actually had to sacrifice a deer. Well, not really sacrifice, more like kill a deer and then present the head or the trophy for killing it over here. Right on this altar. You can see right here a rune stone. Text appears. Hunt his kin. This is what it looked like. So it's pretty not a great puzzle. It's easy to figure out. I had to kill a deer. And then the only item that's ever really unique to the deer, aside from the deer skin, is the deer trophy, deer head trophy. And that's what you sacrifice. And sure enough, poof, boss appears. Fairly tough, but between my friend and a lot of fire arrows, have some right here, we managed to take it out. So, back to the world. We're picking up materials. Other stones for other bosses. You can see they all look like something. That's definitely a dragon. Definitely some undead dude. A giant of some sort. And maybe a tree-like creature. I'm nowhere near ready for that. Mostly because skeleton mobs that you saw with the gray dwarfs, large enough mob, basically puts me in a position where, let's see if I can get this deer. Bingo, one shot. It you know, these mobs are still fairly powerful compared to me. But you saw with some skill I was able to survive, take them out, and then reap the rewards of their deaths, which was all the items that they dropped. We're looking at eyes, resin, stone, definitely wood. The deer skin I just picked up from this deer I took out. Now the mechanics for hunting is very simple. Just like in real life, if you want to get a good enough shot or a good enough opportunity to slay the beast, you got to sneak up on it. That's what this is, that crouch. Now, if for anybody that's played any kind of game that has like a sneak mechanic like Skyrim, the lines in the middle, you see where my crosshair are, the thicker ones on the sides are like an eye. If something notices me or I make too loud of a noise, it'll start to open up. Fully open, they know I'm there. There's nothing around here. Now, before this stream, I played before between me and my friend. We built a couple huts. So you can see here, a storage hut just on the edge of the Black Forest. You can see right here in the upper left-hand corner, right up here, you'll see the name. The Meadows is where my current home base is. Storage hut just on the edge of between the Meadows and the Black Forest. Slowly but surely, I was transferring items that we stored there back to our main base, excuse me. Now I plan on actually going back to that second hut you see all the way over here. There's still some items that are stored there that I'd like to bring back, mostly copper. Well, really 30 copper, but in this game, Copper weighs a ton. 30 copper has a 300 weight. My limit is 300. So alone, I won't be able to bring that back in one trip. That's why I'm doing my best to put as much of this extra material away so that I'm not over encumbered when I go get it. Let me see, I got some wood. This wood can actually go over here with me. Bingo. So you see, leftover wood, stacks of 50. Let's put the deer hide away. Where is it? Probably in the other chest. No. There it is. So, deer hide put together. So you see, Grey Dwarf trophies, boar trophies. I've killed some boars. There's the deer trophy. That's what I had to sacrifice to summon the boss, the first boss. And now, let's cook. I'm glad that actually happened, so we can cook. So, press E, automatically chooses items in your inventory which are ready for cooking. In this case, we're starting with the raw meat. Now, these take a little bit longer, but you'll see in a short while, smoke's going to appear out of them. Lets me know they're cooked and ready to eat. Like I said, it takes a while. There we go. So you reselect, they pop right off, and you can see added cooked meat ×2. I still have these 2 necktails, so let's cook them up. So necktails, when you combine a lot of these, you can see that eating is definitely the way to go. You don't want to starve yourself. Even though there's not really a starvation mechanic in this game, even though somebody's already made it as a mod, it's not there inherently. So you don't have to worry if you don't eat what's going to happen. You just won't have as much health as I have right now, which I'm currently at 53. Now the health does go back down. My current maximum, I believe, is 25. Oh, neck. Really, dude? And dead. Perfect. So we're going to head east. We're going to head toward this other hut here. Now you're going to see some moments where I'm basically going to spend the whole time crouched down and sneaking. The reason why is simple. It's that now level 11. Nice. I leveled up. Oh, by the way, if you've played this game before and you're wondering how in God's name does my user interface look the way it does, well, it's simple. It's modded. In the upper left-hand corner, you see my items. Normally, the game only displays the health of the item, its durability, basically, as just a white bar that degrades as you use it. Like you see my knife, my torch are in yellow right now from being used. Originally it was just white, but to add a little bit more immersion and a more sense of dire urgency to repair your items, this particular one basically colors them so that green, they're good to go. Yellow, it's starting to wind down. You can also pick fruit. Here I go picking raspberries. Nice. Eat your meats and fruits. It's good for you. There we go. So what'll happen is as the durability goes down, eventually get to red. A white bar that simply shows how much life or durability an item I have has left doesn't really have a sense of urgency. But you get that color red in there, and your whole outlook on the durability of your items changes greatly. You can see right up ahead, we're actually heading toward the storage shack that we built on the edge of the Black Forest. Uh, we I decided to put in between these stones simply as a way to help protect it, easily defensible. Let's head inside. I'm going to use this workbench. We're going to repair everything that needs to be repaired. These chests are currently empty. I emptied them earlier, so off to the other one. Now, another thing about my user interface that has also changed for anybody that has already played the game, the current status, you see them currently underneath my my mini map. They're on the upper left hand side where it says rested and like 8.5 minutes left. That is actually, what was that? Okay, thought I saw something with color there. Not always a good sign. Normally my status icons are shown above and to the left of the minimap. Very large icons with the times underneath. Somebody decided to go ahead and restructure it and place the icons where you currently see them now, just underneath the minimap. Let me check my regular map. Okay, so I'm heading in the right direction, this way. And then up at the top of the screen, that is a current live clock of the time of day in game. This is not real life. That's not an in real life clock. If you don't know military time, 17 means 5 p.m. So it's currently 5:40 in the evening. Hence why it's starting to get dark. This was not really a good idea to be out in the forest after dark. Reason being, the nastiest of the nasty tend to show up in the middle of the night. So it's about to be 6 in the evening. Let's pick up some blueberries. Holy smokes. So if you don't see it, there it is. It is a troll. And now I'm running away. Because that troll alone can take me out in one hit. Jesus, it's following me. Let's not tangle with it. I don't see where it went though. There it is. Okay. It left. So that is a good thing. We do not want to tangle with trolls, especially not alone. Great. Bingo. Alright, let me eat. Folks, do not consume random mushrooms you find out in the forest. You never know what they might have. Let's go back to sneaking. Just in case something else decides to show its face and I don't catch it in time, like that big green gray dwarf, which was basically a wizard gray dwarf. Okay, so made it to the storage hut. So you can see right here, stone, and now the pain in the butt. There we go. So I took half, 15 of the 30, and you can already see I'm at 291. That's all it took. But when I make the return trip, I'll be able to carry what's left back on my own. For now, let's head back to the main, back to Echo Base. Hopefully we don't run into anything else, especially that troll. We'll also keep an eye out for any skeletons and gray dwarfs. Uh-oh. Yep, I figured. I heard it. So you can tell. Oh, skeleton there. Wow, I dodged that. So I'm currently under attack by a skeleton. Here he is. Oh, really? Bingo. Got it. I did hear something else out here, so really should be careful. I think I'm over close by where the troll was. So you can mine items as well. This is a copper deposit. I have a pickaxe there on my number 4 shortcut key. And it basically will allow me to mine and actually destroy the boulder and gain the copper as it comes out of it. Alright, I don't see or hear anything else. Now the game does a very good job of giving you this ambiance of natural noises. Not only from the local wildlife and enemies, but the wind, the grass moving as I run through it, as I pass by bushes. You can actually hear them be kind of moved out of the way. And it's definitely nice that the focus by the developers was on a unified experience, not just focusing on the visual. Even though the visuals are nice, PlayStation 1 era graphics are still very good compared to today, but what makes this game as good as it is and why it's so popular right now, you can look at statuses up online right now, but we're looking at, 5 million players so far. Lord knows how many concurrently. Alright. I am out of the Black Forest. Good. This game is very popular right now, and again, for 20 bucks, it is early access at the moment. But as you can see, it's still very solid. Gameplay, controls, everything is on point as of right now. The game's only been out for a couple months, not even, really. And they've already set up a very solid experience. So, very happy with it so far. Very happy with what I spent on it, and knowing full well that updates are coming. So, you don't, if you do decide to jump in, you don't have to worry, is it going to be continually supported? Yes, technically the game isn't even finished yet, but if you decide to, do some searches online, especially on YouTube, and watch some of the videos of people playing it, you get a very good grasp that the mechanics, the actual building mechanics, gameplay mechanics, are solid enough where people have already started goofing off with it. There's videos of people building ships high in the mountains and literally riding them down the side of the mountain and seeing who survives to get to the bottom, which is absolutely hilarious. You need to see it. I'm nowhere near that point yet. All I can do is build rafts. But it's a start. So let's put all this material away. Resin. Bone shards. I'm going to put this here. I think we already have, yep, a full stack of bone shards, which are used in the crafting process. Where's the other skulls? Oh, here they are. It's definitely nice. There we go. See? 219 down to 69. Hey, 69. It's definitely a nice experience because of everything you're getting out of it. The cooking mechanics, the combat mechanics. It's not really combat driven. It's there as an option. I mean, those enemies, had I spent most of the time sneaking, I probably could have gotten around them, no problem. Um, some of them managed to sneak up on me, like that troll. I got too close to where it was, and it started chasing me. It thankfully didn't engage in combat because if it did, it probably would have taken out half the trees that were basically protecting me from it. Yes, it is large enough to do that. Now, another thing about the mechanics in this game, the actual gameplay, is chopping down a tree. You gotta think, what's gotta be so great about chopping down a tree? Well, you see some of the stumps nearby. It's because I cut the trees down. These trees you see here can be cut down. I have a stone axe right here. Now, I won't be chopping down a tree right now, mostly because you can't see it. It's only 6 in the morning. You can see it right there at the top. Day 30. 30 in-game days, right? When you fall or fell a tree, it becomes a log. The log can be further cut down. This one I can't because I need a better axe. This particular log is much tougher than those. Now, as you chop down the logs, you break down the materials into smaller pieces until they become regular logs that you can pick up, store in your inventory, and then store in a chest. Here, stump. Now, there's also a fishing mechanic. What the heck was that? Really, dude? You're attacking my boat. You jerk. Yes, the enemies will do that on occasion. They will think they are absolutely hilarious and attack your stuff. This particular case, that yellow bar you see in the middle of the screen shows the current health of my raft. Using the hammer on my number 2, click, and repair. Now, in building, you can pretty much build anything as long as you have a workstation nearby, which is this thing, a workbench. As long as one of these is nearby and you have a hammer, you right click and you have a bunch of things that you can build. All the building materials you need to make a house: floors, walls, doors, gates, stairs if you want to build a second story, different types of roofs, and other types of support. You can also build furniture. Obviously, you got your bed, chests for storing stuff, torches, the signs, and a deer rug. This is for storing additional materials. Instead of putting it in your chest, you can basically just stack them up nearby. Now, as of right now, I'm not going to do anything too crazy because, like I said, I'm going to be waiting for my friend to get back on. I don't know when that will be. And he and I will tackle some of these issues together. For now, back to the hut, where I am going to get the last of that copper, the last 15 copper, haul them back, and hopefully not get jumped by anything. Now you can see, oh, something else I killed earlier. Beech trees, these saplings or even the large ones, they can be cut down with the stone axe that I currently have. Even these that look like they've fallen over, cut them up, break them down to logs, and then gather them up, use them as building materials. You can also find branches. Clicking the branches turns it into a log. How that works, I don't know. You can gather up all types of materials right off the floor. Stone, flint, wood, various fruits, berries. tons and tons of stuff, even in the early game, to get you started. Now, if you hear that noise, there's some deer nearby. Hear them in that direction. But I don't see them. Nope. Sounds like they moved over here. They're close. Now, I'm not going to be hunting the deer. We've done enough of that. I'm going to be focused on getting that copper back to the main base. That's the last of the materials that was left in that shack. It was specifically built near this crypt right here. I found this one while basically running away from everything that tried to kill me at that particular point in time. And the crypts are, as the name implies, it's a burial chamber located underground. Tunnels and doorways block everything off. Some of them are haunted. Huh, there's the deer. Some of them are haunted, so what you end up getting is ghosts, which is fun, along with the skeletons of the deceased still roam those hallways, usually armed with swords and bows, like the ones from the night before that attacked me. Some boar in front of me. Let's do a sneak attack. Quick. Where'd the other one go? You can kind of make out where things are based on how they move. If you smash the sneak up on something before it sees you, you deal a one-hit crit death. It didn't happen to this guy because he actually saw me before and was just chasing me. But that last boar, I just ran up to it as quickly as I could and managed to slash it before it noticed me, thus getting the one-hit crit death. So deer right here. Will not be messing with them. Alright, I'm still technically in the meadows. Here's one of these stones. Let's keep an eye out for anything that might be out here as I transition into the Black Forest. But copper deposit right here. Had we only known. Now, another mod that I added makes it a little bit easier to track my status is right underneath my item icons, showing currently my XP for sneaking, my experience through sneaking is going up at 0.075 per second. And you can see the total underneath. You waste stamina doing a lot of things, including sneaking. But it does allow me to get around lots and lots of different things, especially when enemies become abundant, or especially in the middle of the night. You can find yourself pretty far stuck behind what is essentially enemy lines. And by sneaking, you can get in and out. Let me see, where am I? I don't see anything. Do you? There's another crypt. Oh. Couple gray dwarfs. We're not going to mess with them. Pick up some blueberries. And keep it going back to the hut. So apparently those gray dwarfs took out the skeletons that were guarding that particular crypt. Which is nice because they did add that enemy mechanic. Just because they're my enemies does not make them each other's friends. The enemy of my enemy is also my enemy. At least in this particular case. So let's get back to the hut. I don't see anything that could potentially attack me at the moment. I don't hear anything except for the deer, so that's good. Right, when it says you could eat another bite, that's basically the game telling you eat to increase your health. Like you can't really see it right now, but by eating, what happens is you raise your maximum health level and then also gain health regeneration. What that does is pretty much self-explanatory. You start regenerating your health up to your new maximum, but remember it is only temporary. Over a period of time, as your hunger starts to take over, your new maximum health will drop continuously. It's very slow, does last a good while, but eventually you will be back down to your regular level of health, whatever your starting maximum was. At which point, at which point, you could either eat again or remain as such at max health, which, like I said, for me is believe 25 health. I'm currently at 84, now 92. What was that? There's something close by. Sounds like a troll. There it is, that bastard. You see it right through the trees right there? Between the two logs on the right hand side. It doesn't know I'm here. So I'm going to go this way. Look at that. Doesn't even know I'm here. Good. Did not want to tangle with that. But you see? It pays to have a good headset. And the volume up. Really? Grayling. Poof. Alright. Let's get moving. Still gotta make the trek all the way back to the house. To Echo Base. Let's pick up some materials here. Seems to be an old fire pit that someone must have once had. You can see their structure still here, so somebody's been here before. Who that was, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Could hear my dog barking over there in the living room. My roommate's probably here. Alright, let's run back. As far as my stamina will take me. There we go. So, you hear that on that second hit? That's a critical. Simple as that. Critical hits, if you're new to any game, is basically when you deal double damage. Now, that first hit, you saw him kind of get stunned, kind of open himself, leave himself open wide. As a stun, basically. So not only did I take off a fair amount of health with that first strike, but I left him wide open for my second strike, which as a critical means instant death in most cases. Sneak attacks are also criticals, most of the time one hit death, depending on the level and strength of the enemy versus my currently equipped weapon. Now this dagger I've been using for a while, mostly because it's small, lightweight, fast. It allows me to deal lots of strikes quickly, as opposed to using, say, my axe or the bow, as you saw me using earlier, where you have to wait and draw the bowstring back and then line up a shot. Now, gravity does exist in this game, so when you want to fire a shot, you gotta arc it depending on the distance. They do not help you with that at all. What ends up happening is you basically have to guesstimate and sometimes waste arrows, which in this game you cannot recover, unfortunately. Let's put everything away. These leather scraps received from the boars. The copper here. Stone here. Wood here. The resin can go in this one. Here. And we'll cook up some meat. Oh, I guess just the one meat. Alright. So as you can see, this game is very intuitive. A lot of great things about it. And again, because it is because of how simple it is in terms of the overall look, they were able to delve into a lot of other mechanics and create a unified game experience that you just don't see too often unless the game is just ridiculously huge in some sort of AAA title like The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, which has been out for over 10 years, and it still gets modded. It is still getting modded to this day. This game has only been out for a month or so, and it's getting mods too, so you can see that there's a huge community support behind this game. Let me repair my stuff. And ultimately what that does, it creates longevity, especially when you also have to consider that in this particular game, no two worlds are alike. Like this world that we're currently playing in, which I called Mundus, when I first created it, was randomly generated. Yes, randomly generated. The reason things are where they are is because that's how they just ended up in this instance. Other people's worlds, their starting point could have been in a completely different place. Yet, I lucked out with this one. I have since built up from here and tried to create my own experience, unique experience for myself here. And now, by turning it into a dedicated server that I'm running right now, other people can join in as well. So, if you're watching this, message me, okay? Down below this video, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. Get on. I also have a Discord channel that is also dedicated to anything having to do with my channel. I have a dedicated voice channel for this game, so we don't have to deal specifically with on-screen text that basically just has your character like an NPC in an MMO text above their head. So instead of dealing with that, we can do voice chat. So we're going to go ahead and cut it out here. Let me go ahead and leave my character by the fire, set his behind down, and we'll hold it here. So thank you very much for watching. By all means, right above, you got Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. All right? Kind of hard to point out there. I will be adding the Discord channel to my screens, my start, intermission, and end screens, which you'll see soon. That way, going forward, you can jump on there, send me direct messages. I got some other buddies on there that I play with or chat with. And if you catch the Friday videos, those are my my podcast days. So by all means, if you want to chime in, log on, be there. All right. I usually post when I'll be on. Usually it's 30 minutes to an hour before. I tend to be on time. So by all means, come on, have a chat. Let's get down to business. You guys have a good night. By all means, remember, like, subscribe as necessary. You don't have to. Please, no donations. I do not take donations. I would rather you give the money to somebody that actually needs it. Thank you. Have a good night.